Step on in, pull up a chair. History gets a little unfair. Stories, secrets, all scrubbed up. Welcome to the Dead Presidents Club.
Hey, welcome to another episode of the Dead Presidents Club. I don't even know what's going to happen on this one, if I'm honest, so we should probably just jump in.
We should jump in.
Is this real estate or?
It's real estate. It's obviously heavy real estate emphasis. It's really about.
You can tell by the name. It's Dead Presidents.
Yeah, it's all about financial freedom. The catchphrase we like to use is that money's not scary. It's just a bunch of dead presidents. I think people are so scared of, like, we all say we want freedom, but we don't. We're actually addicted to control and systems, and like we're afraid of what freedom actually looks like. But before we get into all of that, I should introduce I have with me both my favorite investor and my least favorite investor. And I'll let you decide at the end of this who's who.
Well, those are big shoes to fill. Those are very big shoes to fill.
You like that? You like what I just did there? Michael Ketchen, one of my best friends in the space, genius investor. How many doors you got now?
Man, we got about 1,200 apartments, 10 Airbnbs, and a hotel.
Just a couple.
Just a little bit of things going on, yeah.
This is probably the place to get into it. Was it 7 years ago?
We closed our first deal. Funny enough, yeah, we just had the anniversary. We closed our first deal in March of 2017. I was still a teacher.
Wow.
I was running a high school. We thought we were going to flip a house, and we bought one on Craigslist, and we still own to this day.
So 7 years ago, 17, so that'd be 8 years ago.
8 years ago.
8 years ago, you were teaching making 40 grand a year?
No, New England's a little bit better, but I was an administrator, Michael. I had a big title.
Okay, I forgot about that.
No, I made $80K a year, and what's really cool, just sidebar, we just closed the house the other day. We sent a wire, and it's back to your point about the mindset. I realized I sent a wire that would have taken me 12 years of saving every penny of my salary, which obviously isn't realistic. And we sent out $1.3 million and bought a house and didn't even bat a fucking eye.
That's crazy. It
really is, man, when you say it that way.
Yeah, Mike is a psychopath, and you're going to learn about that here on this episode. Then I got Cam Cathcart, flips at least 100 houses a year, I'm told. Is that true?
That's not true this year.
Is it 200?
No, it's less than that. Yeah,
right.
no, we're probably pacing like 70 houses this year.
He is a flipping genius, they say, and lives in Maui, has 27 kids.
Yeah, between the two of you guys, we're going to have the whole army we need.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, my kids will do maintenance. That's messed up. I don't know why you made me say that.
I teach you up and you hit it right out.
Yeah, it was just great. Cam's kids will run security.
Yeah. But I am not one of your best friends in the space, because you said that about Ketchen.
Well, I didn't even get to tee you up yet.
Can you let the host host,
sorry,
dude? I know you used to be in the biggest deal in the room.
Yeah.
Not your show, bro.
Cam Cathcart is easily one of my favorite human beings on the planet. Unfortunately, he's not very kind to me, so it's hard.
He is really mean to you. I've actually seen some of it. Makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's like really difficult for me to spend as much love and energy as I spend on our relationship to receive what I receive from him. But Cam is honestly, Cam, I will say this about you: you are the fastest person that I've ever seen anybody love. It's like every person who meets you just instantly is like your best friend. And I experienced that the first time I came to Maui. You weren't even at the event. You literally just came to hang out, and then were like texting me that night, like, "Hey, where are you at? Like, you want to hang? Like, what's going on?" I'm like, I don't even know this guy, and I freaking love him. I feel like he's my best friend.
Was this on Maui?
This was at Maui.
Because what I realized is Cam on Maui is like a real life episode of Lost, because it's like him and like no other entrepreneurs, fast paced, moving people. So I feel like that's that walking, like you get like you can sense the energy.
Oh yeah.
When they come on island.
Oh yeah.
I love it. But give us a little bit. Pastor gone real estate investor.
Pastor gone real estate investor.
You were a pastor too?
Did you know that? Yeah, I was a pastor.
Holy fuck. All right.
Yeah. You need to watch your language around the man of God.
Yes. Should we pray over him?
Yeah, Father, we just thank you for Mike's
You just said
mouth,
the F word.
And you're just gonna cleanse it for him in Jesus' name.
I was a pastor. I made $37,000 a year.
Okay.
In St. Louis, you were rich.
In St. Louis, yeah, I was living at my in-laws' house, and very similar story to Mike, except I don't have 1,200 doors like he does.
How many doors do you have?
Like 70.
That's good, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, that's a cute portfolio.
It's a cute portfolio.
He's like a Pokemon before it evolves.
I've got 70 doors.
What's the little Charizard? What's that one called? Mike's like Charizard and Cam's like whatever Pagawan or whatever they're called. I don't know. I just made that up.
Guys, I come to this event. I'm excited. I've lost a bunch of weight. I cut my
You look
hair.
great.
Yeah.
I'm changing
But
things.
stop making the rest of us fat people feel bad. Like you keep
and then
pointing it
just
out.
the entire time, I just get ripped apart. You know?
Yeah. Well, you look at your face, bro.
It's not bad.
like.
It does not look bad.
I honestly don't like. I'm here for all the other improvements. I don't understand why you wanted to look like a 12-year-old. I don't.
Because I'm 35. Like I feel like I look young for my age. Why would I not show that off?
Yeah, no. The problem.
I don't have gray
You also,
hair.
You look
too
young
young
for your,
now.
you look young for your age. You also look dangerous for people that
Yes,
are young.
that are young. Yes. This is what
That's
we
it,
say.
those both
Cam,
things
when-
are
when
true.
you're 35 and have 5 kids and you look like
That's not
I
helping.
do, like this, you want to show it off.
I don't think you do. I was on FaceTime with your wife last night, and she said, "I'm trying to get him to grow the beard back out."
Okay, she doesn't like it yet.
Why were you
Okay,
FaceTiming Cam's wife?
Why were you FaceTiming my
Yeah,
wife?
like I think that's the.
Cam needed help communicating last night.
Oh, I was with
That
him
is
until
not
1
true.
a.m.
Yes, you were. This was before.
So
we
let
were
me tell you
together.
how I knew Cam was sober, because what happened to him will sober you up very quickly. So Cam says, Ketchen, can I have a cigar? And I did a double take because I was like, I've never heard him ask me to do a manly thing before. So I said, okay, must be this is new Cam. He's shredded, no facial hair. So I run up there. I walked about the mile back up to the hotel to get him a cigar. And again, I'm not in shape like he is, so I
ate a
was very
deer
winded.
heart with you after
We did
cutting it
eat
out.
a deer heart together. We signed an NDA though, so we're not supposed to talk about that. But on that note, I come back with the cigar, and Cam gets a lighter. And every adult who's ever used a lighter, ever, knows how a lighter works. Not Cam. We're sitting around the fire, and all of a sudden and he throws the thing. Cam, what's going on with your hand? How's your hand feeling today, bud?
It's fine, dude. I just woke up with a little
little
blister
third-degree burn
on the pinky.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's when we knew Cam didn't need any more wine. And then we FaceTimed Lexi and put the phone down and forgot she was on FaceTime.
Oh.
So that went well.
Yeah.
We didn't-
So,
I knew
and
she
you
was on
asked why
FaceTime.
I was FaceTiming her. I was helping Cam. That's what was
found.
happening.
Yes.
I raised $3 million last night.
You kind of did.
Wait, did you?
Kind of not. Well, we met a rich person. She's coming to dinner tonight. Funny
I
enough.
love it.
So.
All right, let's talk about something that's helpful to an audience of people
Yes,
that
they're
want
like,
to
what do you
build
think?
financial freedom. Ketchen, you are literally the fastest moving human being I've ever met.
I feel like I go too slow sometimes, but thank you.
If you went any you stress me out so much, and I'm not even impacted by your decisions. What is
Best
it?
compliment I've ever got.
What is it that makes you you?
I think that all of us don't realize how little time we have. I think we wake up and we think we have all this time and all this preparedness and all these things that can wait, and it's a lie. Nothing is promised. And if you think about it, I think the risk is way riskier in not doing it versus doing it. Like I was on my ride over here today with a buddy, and we were talking about, man, even if it ended tomorrow, the last decade of my life, I have truly controlled my time. I've had experiences that I could never fathom when I was a kid to a single mom growing up in the inner city. And I'm comfortable in that. So I look at everything like an opportunity, like I owe it to myself, I owe it to my team, I owe it to my investors, I owe it to my wife, most importantly, to just go. And man, life is too big to play small. And that's kind of the way I look at it. And I think if you get a mission and a vision big enough that people can fit into it, and you create real urgency with real authenticity, people will buy into that. And I think where a lot of people get it wrong is they go me, 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 me. And that just doesn't translate, that doesn't track. Yeah. And I think people are attracted to that kind of energy, and they want to get behind you, and you cast a big enough vision, you take care of your people, and it inspires you to push. And then the other real secret sauce, if you don't have a really good mentor or a really good peer group, I mean, when I met you guys in the 50, I look back to where I've gone in 2 years, I would have thought would have taken me 20 years.
Yeah.
And it's all because I got exposure to guys that were thinking so much bigger that I just knew was possible. I just knew I could meet a Cam, I could meet a Michael Miller, I could meet a Jason, I could meet a Jeff. And it's like, okay, I gotta stop being a little bitch. Like I'm playing, and this is, I mean, I guess we did grow pretty fast, reasonably, but you go from making, 20, 30K a month, which is a really good number, to I'm chartering jets and doing what I want to do when I want to do it. Well, I can't have that and play small. So, yeah.
I love it, man. And Cam, I think it's funny because you say people are attracted to it, but different people are attracted to different lifestyles. Like
Yeah.
I would argue that to me, it's more about alignment with what's true to you than it is about right or wrong, right? Because like I can't move at your speed because my life and my family don't provide that for me. That's a choice I made though, right? And it doesn't make my choice right or wrong or yours better or worse. It's just like, so like I look at Cam and I think you and I are in similar boats, right? Like I envy Michael Ketchen. Like I wish I could do some of the stuff. And to be fair, and what Mike would say, well, not with that mindset.
Yeah, it was coming.
Yeah, I was coming. But to be fair, like we make our choices, right? We prioritize. I always say it this way, you can always pay for what you prioritize.
Yep.
I think for you, Cam, like you're in we've talked about this a little bit because we both grew fast. Maybe not Michael Ketchen fast, but we grew fast. Like I bought, 100 single family homes my first year in real estate, like that with none of my own money. I was just figuring it out. You're flipping 100 houses a year, trying to spin all the private capital and all this stuff. What's that?
But I was going to challenge that, but I wanted to weigh in because I think back to what you just said a second about the choices. I think that's kind of what I was trying to say with the choices and what I've realized with the 50, where I would push you with that mindset, is it's really a who not how equation, right? And it's like when we go back to people say, I want financial freedom, I want this, where they get stuck in the fear is they think and I guess that's what I was trying to say in a really poor way, they think they have to do it all themselves.
Yeah, and that's the point I was going to make is going
and you can design your life intentionally the way you want, which is what you've done, but now it's getting out of the day-to-day. And Michael, if we took out your calendar, how much time do you have to think and work on Michael right now?
Well, listen, I don't want to talk about
yes.
that. But here's the point. And I want Cam, I want you to weigh in on this, but I agree with you. I do. I also look at it and go, no matter how many who's I put in, I just got to manage who's now. And like there is a point of choosing, I think there is a point of choosing. I know you disagree with me, but I think there's a point of choosing pace. And
I would agree with that.
And I'm sitting
even if it's
here,
the wrong pace. But
that's fine.
yes, no.
Mike believes that there's only one pace.
Yes.
I'm just trying to point out that maybe there's multiple paces that people can choose from. And I think what we've talked about is re-engineering, because honestly, my life is too full right now. Like it's too full for the pace I want right now.
What should you stop doing right now?
Let Cam say what he's going to say
okay.
first.
I want to work on you. I've been actually worried about you.
My Lord, help me, Cam! You called me. You called me 6 months ago, and you said, "How do I make $1 million before the end of the year?" And I said,
I'm always wondering that.
Yeah,
I want that right
know,
now.
but it was like a very alarmed Cam. You were like, and I was like, "What is going on? Are you okay?" And he's like, "Yeah, no, business is great. I just don't want to do this much work anymore."
That is true, and Ketchen and I have talked about that a lot.
So give your perspective. And am I the wrong guy, or is Ketchen just too fast?
I align with Ketchen more than you.
Wow, okay.
With this stuff.
Team, am I moving too slow? I just need to know in the room. Okay, see?
Paulie, if your job wasn't on the line.
So what I would say is I have done a very bad job of building my business to align with the lifestyle that I want. And so we have made a lot of money. When you're flipping 100 houses a year, there's a lot of money to be made. I've also increased my life expenses quite a bit over that time. And I have realized that I wanted financial freedom and had it living in St. Louis, then moved to Maui, which was a choice. Very glad that we did, but have just built this other prison for myself, still making a lot of money and getting to do things that I love, like wake up and overlook the Pacific Ocean, and it's amazing and it's incredible. But I still have to manage and build that. What Ketchen said, if you pulled out my calendar, and I'm getting better at this, I have zero time to think and to build. Right now, it's 100% managing the company that I have built.
And we have the same problem.
Yeah.
And this part I do agree with you on. Let me ask you this question.
Please.
Could you today stop doing everything you're doing? Could you walk away?
In what lens? You got to word that question better.
If
You were to, like the coma test, if you were to get hit by a bus,
Yes.
go into a coma.
Commonwealth Collective, as it is currently constructed, the reservoirs could run without me. We wouldn't grow, and we would hit a certain level that it could, right? Like you even look like this year alone, like we've launched a hospitality company. We've launched an education and coaching company. Now we've realigned the property management company. We just brought a construction company in-house. What I'm telling you guys, and this is what I would tell everybody out there, is one thing I'm really good at is slowing down and mapping a vision to go vertical and horizontal.
Yeah, I think that's that's a really good point that you just said is you run 1,000,000 miles an hour, but I think the reason that you can run 1,000,000 miles an hour is because you also do slow down. Like during the I will call you and you're like, yeah, I'm sitting here by myself smoking a cigar thinking.
That is interesting about you. I don't know if I've ever called you and you've not answered.
Yeah. Because I value your relationship. I value your relationship.
But you also have the time.
I have the time because one, I have the world's greatest assistant, right? She needs 5 more of her, but she's keeping up. 2, those companies I just mentioned, I have amazing partners in those companies that are running it, right? They're partners, we're in alignment. 3, what I've got really good at is Commonwealth Collective, and this is kind of what I'm trying to tell everybody is they hear this, because everyone says the same bullshit. Oh, you fucking financial freedom. No, you fucking don't. You want an abundance mindset, and you want a mindset shift. Michael, you're a foodie. You love doing cool shit. So you got to stop telling yourself this bullshit story where you get busy and just use that as an excuse. What I'm trying to tell you is if we reorg and we realign like we just did for you, it's like turn it sideways and think about it where it's like, okay, get really good people that are really good at what I'm bad at that doesn't light me up and do more of what I'm really passionate about. That's my superpower. And you just basically delegate out to those people that are good at your weaknesses and you'll explode. But what ends up happening is when we first get going, every one of us up here, myself included, starts from a position of I gotta grind. Everybody out in the audience right now that's watching us do this podcast, they're grinding, they're working a job. Your job as the visionary, if you truly wanna grow, is to stop on the fucking hamster wheel. Get off. Block out time, cast a vision 5 years into the future and protect it. That is what happens. So the reason I answer my phone is, Kaylee, my assistant's here. She can tell you right now, after REI Summit, I just went 17 straight days where I had an event or a speaking engagement. 17 straight, and I loved it. The 2 weeks after this, I have cleared my calendar completely for deep work. I'm raising $9 million for a deal I'm doing with Jeff, and I think you might be in on too. I'm going and figuring out some of the multifamily stuff we have going on, and I'm figuring out how to grow the other companies. I basically will be unavailable unless I choose to take the call for 2 weeks. And those 2 weeks will make us more money than anything else. But I sat down and I was intentional about that. If I was to play devil's advocate to you, because I tell you all the time, you're one of the smartest guys I know, your problem is you lack accountability on that stuff. You keep running from playing big. Because I've got this. Well, stop, cut the shit. And if you go in and do that, you go to the moon. But if you're going to keep playing the way you're going to play, you're going to get the same results. So that's how I feel about it.
Tell me how you really feel. What's one thing each of you guys could be doing right now that you're not doing?
What do you mean?
Like one thing that like you're like, man, I could be, it could be a business idea, it could be time with your, like just something you're passionate about that you're like, I wish I was doing that and I'm not doing it.
My greatest like skill set is what you said earlier. I'm really good at networking, hanging out with people, and I want to figure out a way to make millions of dollars to just do things like that. But I don't.
Okay, so this is an interesting exercise.
Yeah.
Let's just build this company right now, Mike Ketchen.
I would love that because that's what I was thinking. I was like,
literally.
I'm a pretty cool guy. Like I'm good at hanging out,
if
right?
let's just say you're
let's
pretty,
not get carried away.
let's say you're a pretty cool guy. Usually not that cool.
Okay, I think the first thing we're going to need is an actual face of the thing. But
I'll grow my beard out.
Okay,
I'll grow it out
yeah,
again.
good.
Whatever. But no, that is. So I did this with Ketchen because Ketchen's been coaching me.
Did you hire him?
Yes.
Differently. I full disclosure, I am not free. But I
wasn't gonna say
bullied
that.
Cam. No, that's okay, because I'll tell you, I sidebar. I truly do love these two guys. And I love Cam so much that I called him and I said, I am tired of this bitch shit. I am tired. So basically I went to Maui a year before, and fast forward a year later, I'm in Maui and I'm having the same conversation. And if you want to find a way to piss me off, that is a good way to piss me off. So me, him, and Jeff went out for a coffee, and I basically melted his face, built it back up, and then melted it.
I went home and cried.
And then I said, I'm going to coach you for free, and every 2 weeks, you're going to have to know you're going to get on a call with me. As uncomfortable it is, we'll just let the silence hang. But you're going to do these things. And I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I'm very proud of what I've seen in a couple of months.
Yeah, it's been great. It has been great, like even just health-wise and family-wise, it's been awesome. I still have a lot of work to do. But one of the things that I did that was super helpful is I literally kept track of every 15 minutes of my day from the time I woke up to the time I went to bed. And then I sat with ChatGPT. I uploaded my DISC, my Working Genius, my Culture Index, my Predictive Index, just talked with it about things that I love to do, things that I hated to do, and I uploaded my calendar in that, and I said, show me the things that I'm doing in my calendar that bring me joy and like give me energy in life, and the things that are taking that away. And 90% of my calendar were one-on-one meetings with my home buying specialists and contract to close and working with title companies, and it was just my entire day. And that's why I feel so drained at the end of the day, is because I'm doing things that I don't like to do. Like, this is what I love to do. I could do this all day long. I mean, I do come alive at conferences. Like, I was up till 5 a.m. last night because it's just, but it brings me energy. I'm not tired. I wake up and I'm not tired. I can do that every day.
Because again, you're in alignment, and the biggest takeaway is it, and this is something you have to be very careful of when you're in this space, is don't build a business that you don't want. Because he was in this rut that a lot of us get into, and I guarantee I fall into it from time to time, and I guarantee you do too, because it's natural. When you're grinding, is he forgot that he's in charge of his calendar. So I told you, and if you remember, we did the thing where there's a system to delegate, and you do this with people. I just did this with the other guys I coach, Bill and Bob Murray, and they're like, oh my God, right? How much time? Now there's a system. He was too accessible, right? Because he's Cam, right? I don't want to say no. I said, Cam, walk away for 30 days, see if the business collapses. Has the business collapsed?
No, but I mean, I'm still in it. I haven't, but I built out an escalation chart in our company of here's what can get escalated to me outside of that.
And would you look at that? The health improves, the energy improves, the relationships improve, everything.
I love it.
Yeah, I think one of the hard things for you and I, because I love Ketchen, but he also, he can be a dick, or he tells it like it is,
or just is.
No, he's not
Fair.
at all. He's one, but Ketchen, it will shoot straight. Where with you and I think we're people pleasers more than you are. Where like if somebody calls me on my team, I'm like I want to answer. Like I'm there.
Here's what I would say. So because I agree with you, and actually this will be an interesting another Ketchenism.
I thought we were going to build this company too.
We'll do that in a second because this is better. So we have a mutual friend, the three of us, who's probably a bona fide billionaire by now, who we won't say his name because he doesn't want to be public. But he called me out of the blue about a month ago. And anytime a billionaire calls, you generally answer the phone whenever possible. However, I miss the calls all the time. Ketchen gets pissed.
You are real bad on the phone.
I'm really bad on the phone. Calls me, I answer the phone, and I thought he wanted to talk about, he's been having me help him do some deals, and I want to talk about that. Calls me, he goes, hey man, I was just thinking about you. What percentage of your week are you doing things that you just absolutely love? And I was like, it was like such a off-putting question. I was just not prepared for it. And I literally thought for a second. I went, to be honest with you, man, I think maybe 20%. And he goes, he literally goes, that's probably pretty normal. And then he's like, yeah, I asked what else is going on. Like, just moved on. And I was like, wait. Why are you thinking about me? First of all, I love it, but why? What's the question? And he's like, yeah, I don't know. I was just curious. I was thinking about you. I was curious. I called and asked. I go, well, what percentage of the week are you doing stuff you love?
110.
Yeah.
No, this was what was interesting. And this is what I'm curious about, because the difference between us and you is he goes, and he stopped and thought about it like he hadn't been processing it for himself.
Oh my God.
And he stops and he goes, if you would have asked me that about 6 months ago, I probably would have said 80%. But I made some mistakes in the business and had to get back involved in some stuff. So I'm probably at like 65 right now, which I thought was a very highbrow, like emotionally intelligent response.
Very much sounds like that individual.
Yeah, but then I said this. I said, "Do you think you can ever get to 100?" And he stopped again and thought about it for an awkward amount of time. And he said, "I don't think I ever will, and I don't think you ever will, because the only way that you can get to 100% fully satisfied, fully doing what you love, is if you lose all regard for other people and how they receive you."
That's why most billionaires are
jerks.
Yeah.
But when he said it, it actually struck me as like a little bit of a relief, because to your point, and then he literally, because at first I was like, well, give me an example of that. He goes, well, you called me last week and I didn't answer because I didn't want to talk to you. And like, I have to be fine with the fact that like, you might think I'm a jerk for not calling you back or texting you back or whatever, but I just didn't want to. Like that, I'm guarding my joy. But I can't do that 100% of the time, or I'll have no relationships.
Yeah.
And so I think you and I agree with that. I don't know if you do.
Yeah, I
even
don't.
at these events, you're like, I don't care about certain people or hang out. For me, I feel this pressure that I have to
Yeah, no,
be
there's
out
only
in the-
people here that are speaking that I don't want to talk to.
Yeah, I have to be out. I have to be talking to people.
I think where I would challenge that individual and everyone here is to reframe it a little bit is I think if you wake up and are worried about what someone else is thinking about you, you've already lost because you're not living in integrity. And if you live an authentic life, you're automatically going to have opposition. And the bottom line is, I'd rather pour into myself and the people that I care about and the people that I see potential in. Like, one thing about me that pisses me off, I guess, in a positive way, and some people can handle it and some people can't. Sometimes I want other people to win more than I think they want to win. I want to see them win. And I think that comes across. And I think when I look at it, like, I want to pour into those people. If I'm going to pour that much into you, some people just don't want that level of accountability. And what I did very intentionally about a decade ago, I used, when I'm going through a mindset shift, like right now, I haven't said it the last 2 days, but because I've been here, but now I'm trying to master my emotions. That's like my next thing. And I'm a fiery, angry redhead, so that's very hard to do. But this was like a decade ago, I was like, no negative energy, no negative energy. I ad nauseum. And now it's to the point, people even in my life, I mean, you can ask anybody who works for me. I mean, we have a core value that says there are no problems, only solutions we haven't found yet. You're not allowed to use the P word. If you're negative around me, go fuck yourself. I don't even want to be near you. I will remove you from my life. Family, friends, pre-existing relationships, don't give a shit. I will not tolerate it. Does that mean I'm never 100%? I don't fucking know, but you have to play the game sometimes. But I also think when you show up in the world, and maybe I'm an outlier, you're not going to be everyone's cup of tea, but that's okay.
I just don't agree. I don't actually think you believe that at your core, Mike.
I really do.
I just don't think you do.
What don't you think I believe?
Because I don't think that you have, because you're a hard ass for
Yes,
sure.
yes.
But you are a deep lover of people.
The people I love, 100%.
Yeah, but you just said it doesn't matter if it's family, friends, whatever. Like if you're not willing to show up, I just don't believe that.
Well,
I believe,
go deeper on that.
I'll just use the kid analogy because I go at a certain point, like I don't want to talk to my kids sometimes.
Yep.
I don't want to do but I do it because I'm their dad. Let me say it this way. Every time I walk into the house, my middle kid, who's a freaking brute, screams, "Daddy, piggy ride," every day. That was fun for a while. Now it's kind of getting old.
Give me a quarter, damn it.
Yeah, like literally, man. Like you're getting big, my back's jacked up, and then it's not just one piggy ride. It's like throw me on the couch, pick me up, do it again. Like there's a whole, and I'm at the point where if I'm honest, like I'm tired of giving piggyback rides to this kid. It doesn't, but there's a part of me being his dad that just goes, I'm going to sacrifice my level of joy, satisfaction, happiness of what I would want to do in this moment because I'm going to show up for what he wants.
But I think you would reframe that.
I think we're saying two different things. Yeah.
Okay,
Maybe I didn't understand it
because to me, that's what I go, the highest level of satisfaction, truly just being joy-filled all the time in everything I'm doing, would require me to be so selfish that I wouldn't care to give him
I
a big
didn't understand that way.
Reframe that where it's like, for me, my thing with my kids is, we call it palmy drives. It was pile drives, but they were young and palmy drives. Well, I would pick them up and I'd slam them on the bed or the couch and yell pile drive and tickle them and fight them. And now it just has turned into palmy drives. But every time I get home, they want that. And there are definitely times where I'm tired, but it is my favorite thing in the world. And there is this joy and this level of like, I'm getting to like play with my kids. It's not going to, someday I'm going to walk into the house and they're not going to ask for a palmy drive. And so like when you reframe that in your head, which I do every single day, where it's like, this is a fleeting moment that within the next, especially my 8-year-old, like I've got like 100 palmy drives left, and she will never ask for one again.
And maybe we're in semantics at this point.
Yeah, because that's where I think you lost me.
I just look at it and I go, that is an act of just saying, I'm going to choose to not be fully satisfied because there's something better here.
Okay, in the context of like that with people, because what I was saying is if I care about it, we'll do whatever you have to do. I thought we were talking about the sense of when I heard relationships in the business, like people that you might really not want to associate with. But see, that's how I took it.
Yeah, no, I think it's like literally going like, to be fully doing exactly what I want to do all the time, every time, I would have to literally not care.
But then you wouldn't, but what I'm saying is then you wouldn't live a joy-filled life because there's part of selflessness.
Yeah, dude, like we're all married. The wives have us do stuff we don't want to do all the time.
I don't do anything.
Like I don't want to hang out with my brother-in-law, but.
I don't want to hang out.
What's your brother-in-law's name?
No, I'll say it right on. I mean, I mean, he drives me up a wall. I told him to his face, I'm like, you got to stop being a victim. He's working on it, but I said, I'm not going to talk. Literally, I'll tell you a real story. We were in Arizona, and he sat outside, and life is hard, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, all right, we're not doing this shit anymore. We're going to do this. I will help you, but here's what you're going to do. And if you follow up, and this is what I mean. I said, if you follow up, I will go to the ends of the earth for you. I will burn the fucking boats. But if you cannot commit and do this, we're never having this conversation again. And he couldn't commit. So now he knows I will not tolerate the negative energy. I don't get around it.
But I think that's the right, you're calling to him at a level of accountability.
So I
you did
feel
that
like,
with me. Monkey, where you made a comment that was honestly, it was a life-changing comment to me, where we were going up to our buddy's house and a lot of really successful people there. And I said something, I was like, man, I feel like an imposter in that room or something like that. And you stopped and you cussed me out and you said, nope. Fuck you, Cam. He was like, you're one of the smartest people that I've met. You were one of the best, like, with people. Everybody loves you. You do not go up there feeling like you're an imposter or something like that. And I remember leaving there being like, that was really good to hear from you. And it was something where it's like, okay, I'm not. Like, I've got this. And the level of accountability that you call people to is life-changing, and I think it's one of those things that if you are willing to live up, you will go to the ends of earth.
Oh, I will go scorched earth for you. But where I was going to your comment, you have to safeguard that energy, because I've put it on social media a couple times, but it's truly my test. It's like the Rich Dad Poor Dad book. The way I do it now, people hit me up hey, can you help me? Sure, read Rich Dad Poor Dad, come back with questions and a summary. 98% of the people will not read the book, but they want to waste your time.
Yep.
Because they're selfish. When you are selfless, and I think you try to provide more than you take, I think the world shows up for you. I truly do believe that. And that individual you're talking about, I would even push him, and I call him on his bullshit, because I'm willing to bet he's a sicko. That sicko's still inside of him. And we enjoy work. It doesn't feel like work to us. We love to solve problems. If we woke up every day and there were no problems,
right.
I don't want to be in a world with no problems. I'd be bored out of my mind.
Yeah.
So that's where we would go in different areas, but yeah.
Yeah, no.
I'm a big teddy bear at heart, Mike.
This is true, and that's why I'm like, I just don't think I just think you care more than you let on.
People like it.
Yeah. Well, so let's go tactical. Obviously, this is great for all our emotional health. Let's talk tactical for a bit. What is happening in the market right now? Give me a 30-second from each of you. What do you see? What are you scared of? What are you excited about? What is happening?
I'll go first.
In the single family market right now, it's tough for sure. Houses, and then I'm in the Midwest market. I'm in St. Louis. Houses aren't moving as quick. The inventory is way up on the market. The margins that we are seeing with flips are shrinking dramatically, where it used to be. I mean, you guys flipped houses in 2020, 2021, 2022.
I didn't, but
you didn't?
No, I didn't start until after the boom.
Oh man, that was the best time.
Great time.
Like we were making low six figures pretty often on a flip. Now it's like if we're making $25,000 on a flip, that's really good for us. And so that has gotten tough. Labor has gone up so much over the last 4 years. And so for us, like, just our margins are shrinking a lot, but it's not a problem. There's no problems, only solutions. That's right.
Yeah. So what are you doing about it?
So what are we doing? I don't believe in flipping as much as I used to. I think it's a great way for somebody to get out of their W-2 job and make some money. I think what I said earlier is, like, flipping is just another job that you have to be involved in. We do not have, like, on our rental portfolio, we cash flow $10,000 to $12,000 a month. That's not enough for us to live on. And so right now I'm really focused on other cash flow vehicles for us. I would love to be able to cover my lifestyle and just cash flow. And then flipping or whatever it is that we do is like.
Why don't you just 10x your $12,000 portfolio?
I would like to.
Is it just because the rents aren't there? Is it?
Yeah, rents aren't there. I mean, right now I think there's different strategies that we could use to increase rents. But like right now, just like a long-term single-family rental in St. Louis, you're lucky if you're cash flowing $100 a month on that.
Yeah.
And so could go like the sub-2, create a finance route.
Pad split.
But yeah, but pad split in St. Louis isn't a big thing. But I think
Well, I think you're calling out a really important point, which is so many people think that I'm going to go get financial freedom by buying rental properties. And it just doesn't work that way.
No,
like,
no.
If you've got to make everybody's target's $10,000 a month. I don't know why it's not enough money, but everybody's target's $10,000.
I think though when you first start, it is because you get going, and it seems they romanticize the hours they trade for a 6-figure job.
Sure.
With 10,000 of I sit on my couch and make 10, and then you realize that's not how life works.
But I think, I mean, even if 10,000 is the number, at $100 a door, you're gonna have to buy a lot of real estate.
You have 100 doors to get there.
Like it's just not viable. What I always, when we do coaching, I always tell people, there's typically everybody's choosing from 3 priorities: freedom of time, active income today, and wealth for tomorrow. And the way that you build all 3 of those is not the same at the beginning. We all achieve it in the end, but there is a waterfall of priority. So you have to decide, do I need money today? Do I need wealth for tomorrow? Or do I want my time back? Because the way that you would invest, like a fix and flip, I always tell people, if you want to get out of your W-2 job this year, you need to start fix and flipping. Like I don't think there's probably a better way. You might have a different thought, but like that to me, if you wanted to replace.
You can just do that tomorrow. And the sophistication level is not
wholesale,
there,
whatever. But fix and flipping is terrible for building wealth because you don't own anything.
Yeah, it really is. And I think that was the trap that I got into, was we made so much money really quick, and then we increased our lifestyle expenses. And if I could go back 5 or 6 years, I probably would have saved a lot more money or paid off rentals or done something different.
I don't like that. Honestly, though, that's another huge thing that pisses me off. Like, you're sitting here doing a podcast, living your dream life in a beautiful house in Maui. Like,
you're right.
And you wouldn't have the knowledge you have now if you hadn't done it. It's like, why change it? Now it's just go into a different iteration.
You're right. I wouldn't.
Like, why live in scarcity? I'm like, that's going backwards.
Make
abundance.
Yeah, you're right. I probably wouldn't go back and change it. Like, we live. I go to the beach every single day, and on the most beautiful. It was the #1 beach in the world. Like, I live on that, and so.
You also said you were going to live in that house someday. You had a vision, and you made it happen.
Yes. So that is true. I just
stop putting yourself down, Cam.
You're right. I built myself though a lifestyle where I have to make.
You're a prison to your investing strategy, but you still have a brilliant life. That's I mean.
But he's breaking out of that prison.
I'm breaking out.
You're breaking out.
I'm doing.
What about you, Mike? What have you seen in the market?
We're in a super interesting time. The Iran war conflict kind of threw a bit of a curveball, but what's interesting happening in my world, there's 2 things, and it's kind of cool being in hospitality and multifamily. I get to see kind of different correlations, and what's happening this year, I think we're going to bounce back a lot faster than people realize. My Airbnbs have exploded across all the different markets. I cannot explain it. We are up in one of them 30% year over year on the ADR in Kennebunkport, Maine.
Really?
Dude, we must have just fallen a little bit farther behind market than I realized. But for context, like real hard numbers, I was on a live coaching call, and I have this back of the napkin math way I stress test. Basically, if you want a quick tip, look at what hotels in that area are renting out during peak season. Take 50% of that nightly rate and then multiply it by the number of rooms in your house. That's probably your ceiling ADR conservatively.
What's ADR for the
average daily rate? So great pickup there. My point is, I had never peaked above $1,700 a night. I'm now booking at $2,400 a night. So I was a little behind, I was a little too far behind. That's problem number 1. But problem number 2, it shouldn't be, that's insane. On the multifamily side, a lot of dry powder is coming off the sidelines. Suddenly, we're no longer in a 1-2 bid situation for distressed deals and A-class. In Dallas in particular, I was talking to a buddy who buys A-class in Dallas. He's getting 7-8 group bids in again, and I'm seeing 70. I just lost 2 deals to groups that came in $5K more a door on, I mean, it's a 500 unit building, that's a lot. Yeah. It's shifting, and it's weird because it's not what the public narrative is. So when the smart money comes back in, they're usually early.
Yeah.
So I think we're on our way back up, despite what the headlines will tell you.
I agree with that. I was talking to Brandon about that earlier today. I actually think in market now on where we're in April 2026, I think we're about to enter into the best 7-year run of real estate in our lifetime.
I would so agree with that.
And I think it's not just multifamily, it's not just single, like I think across all asset classes.
Yep.
I think the way that we've done it in the past will not work anymore, but the appreciation, the opportunity, I think rates are coming down. Like I think we're about to enter
I don't think real estate, unless they change legislation in tech, I don't think real estate is ever going to be as cheap as it is today.
I agree with that.
So That's my take.
Wholeheartedly. What's one thing? I'm a new investor. I got a 9 to 5. I want to get in the game. Where do I start?
The way we go about it is I would look at my bills. I would figure out my housing expense. That's usually the number one thing to eliminate, lower. I would try to house hack. I would try to buy a house in ADU. I would use FHA, something like that. Assuming you already have a house, assuming you have a good career, what I would do looking back truly, I would go get a mentor or a real good piece of education to streamline. Basically, if I'm not making over 100K a year, I'd look at my expenses. I'd figure out a way to house hack using FHA, borrow friends, family, lower my rental or my mortgage payment. If I'm into the 6 figures, if I'm into my career, go get a mentor who's gonna fast track you into a partnership, borrow that partner's experience, get part of a big deal, pay to play a little bit, but you're gonna accelerate your learning curve.
I love that.
Yeah, I mean, it's what I did, but I think wholesaling and flipping is the way for anybody to get out of their W-2. I think that anybody that actually tries could get a $30,000-$40,000 wholesale deal in the next 30 days. Just going to meetups, talking to people, building relationships, connecting. I mean, when I started, my first, which I was making $37,000 a year, and in my first 3 months, I made over $270,000 by I would go to a meetup, I'd meet a guy like Mike, and he'd say, hey, I'm looking for an Airbnb property in this part of town. And then I would meet you, and you'd say, hey, I'm selling a house, and I would say, Mike, what would you pay for it? He would tell me, and then I would go to you, and I would just take off $40,000 and assign it right then and there. And
that's a really good call out, Cam. I think what a lot of people that get into real estate, into wholesaling and flipping, they start with acquisition, and I think a better way to start is with disposition.
Oh, dispo is the way to start for sure. Finding out what your buyers want.
I think that's a huge key for people.
I think you should break down that difference for your audience.
So the acquisition is the act of going out, marketing to sellers, getting the deals locked up into contract. Disposition, if you're a wholesaler, is the process or the art of going and finding guys like us who want to buy those deals and flip them or do whatever. And so if you start with disposition, meaning I start with going, hey, Mike, you're a buyer, you're buying stuff. I'm going to go like, what is it that is a yes for you? What's your buy box? What's a guaranteed yes for you? As soon as he tells me that, I know I've got somebody that can buy it. I go find what he's looking for.
Well, and that's so I did that at a different level with hedge funds, because hedge funds were buying single families all over the place in St. Louis. And so I went to Phoenix and New York and met with the acquisitions rep for HDE, Vinebrook Homes, said, give me your exact buy box. And they did. They told me, we're looking for this. We don't want to be next to train tracks or convenience stores. Here's what our no buy box. And I could just all day long, because they paid so much higher than just the retail investor. And I could go walk a house, and within 5 minutes of walking outside of that house, have it assigned for $15,000, $20,000.
So the big takeaway there that everyone should take, because now you're doing it in your next business, for a guy that likes to be humble and think about how intentional you just wore. And that same intentionality is what set up all of that runway. Like no one was thinking, let me go find the end buyer, let me get on a plane, let me dial it in so I already have the money before that's intentional. If you apply that same level of intentionality, right? Because funny enough, when you first started like that, you made all that money, I'm willing to bet you were not as busy as you were the last 3 years, where you're getting bogged down in bullshit.
No, not at all. And I loved that. That for me, that was fun.
Yeah.
Now managing the people that I want to do that.
Because that's not you. You don't want to manage people.
Yes, it's not fun. So,
Mike, I'm going to give you the last little chunk here.
Okay.
Build Cam Cathcart's networking company.
Oh my God, this is like the biggest layup I've ever been given. Cam should be throwing probably 6 to 8 amazing events a year that are invite only, when everyone can bring 1 to 2 plus ones. And we're bringing people together to talk strategy, life, business, and experience. And you being the center of that and the way that would spin off and what that would create. And then I would hire somebody, maybe an Ian Bishop, to go find you super who's to do all the back end tie-ins. And you would just be a capital provider, a deal hunter, the things that light you up. You take a piece of an assisted living deal, you take a piece of a multifamily deal, you take a piece of a media company, and you just pour into your true self of that energy and you lead with that. I mean, it would be insane.
yeah.
And so would the business be in charging, or would it be in the networking?
The business would be in the networking and bringing everyone together and making it happen.
Got it.
Right? So it's like a $10,000 ticket for the weekend, but you're bringing in this amazing, kind of like a TIS on steroids,
Yeah.
where it's people coming together and it's just connecting. Hey, you know, my buddy over here has assisted living. This is the opportunity. He's giving you part of the equity for doing that. And you're tying all those things together that you love.
Yeah. I would love that.
Guys, this is fun. We should do this again.
We're getting yelled at to get off. We're
I
going
know,
long.
I'm being yelled at. Yeah,
We could do this for a long time. We should
really-
have a 4-hour podcast, 4 or 5
listen,
hours.
we
Fucking
should try
Joe
that.
Rogan, this bitch.
All right. Hey, how do people get connected with each of you?
Instagram, Michael Ketchen, Ketchen, and go on there and shoot me a follow. Tell me you found me on the Dead Presidents podcast, and we'll book a free coaching call.
Oh, look at that. That's some value. I want you to know that free coaching call would be worth like
It's a lot.
I'm
$5,000.
$25K for my one-on-one for 6 hours. So we're going to give you 15 minutes to see if we can figure you the fuck out.
There you go. Cam?
Cam.Cathcart on Instagram. So follow me there. I don't have a coaching program. Tell me you found me on Dead Presidents Club, and I'll send you a picture.
Of what?
I don't know.
Hopefully not that face without any face on
The
it.
freaking naked
That
mole rat
sounded
over here.
really weird.
Freaking, yeah.
It's a picture of
You can also find Cam on the Better Life podcast. He's pretty famous, pretty big deal around here.
Is that still going on?
It is, yeah.
I wasn't on it. So.
All right. Hey, guys, thank you
You
so much.
should be on it.
That's disgusting that you weren't on it. Guys, thank you so
It's
much
still
for watching.
around. You can still be on it. It's not like it.
You told me I can't come on it again.
Well, you can't because you are like a 1 out of 10. Ketchen's a 10 out of 10.
You know what? We can end on that note. Let's wrap that right there.
Dude, you
I'm
just
sorry.
get me to make
Remember
bad
how
decisions.
he said he wasn't mean to you in this friendship at the beginning of this?
No, because I show up and I've
I'd like
changed
to
my
start-
life.
I'd
I'm
like
not
to start-
drinking.
I'd like
the
to
very first thing he does when he sees me, he doesn't even. He
I'd like
orders
to
a
end
double shot
where
of
we
tequila.
start. I'd like to end where we started. I have my favorite investor and my least favorite investor here with me today, and I'll let you decide which is which. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.